At the first clip, a lorry inches through the treacherous icy curve, its tires crunching softly over the frozen road of Frost Hollow. The driver gripped the wheel with steady focus, every movement deliberate. Above, an untouched blanket of snow weighed silently on the roof, undisturbed by the journey below. Suddenly, a car sped from the opposite direction, skidding helplessly on black ice. Brakes screeched. The car smashed into the lorry's rear, crumpling on impact. The force jolted the lorry, shaking loose a cloud of snow that buried the wreck. From his patrol car, Officer Blake saw it all. The crushed vehicle, the smoke rising, a brutal result of reckless speed. He called for help and rushed toward the scene, heart pounding. Facing his dashcam, he delivered a firm warning. Winter roads demand respect. Slow down, or the next mistake could be your last. Number 2. The crash at Brookside Junction. In the second clip at Brookside Junction, the traffic lights flickered green, signaling Ava's white sedan to move forward. She drove ahead, trusting the rules of the road. But from the left, a sudden blur. A black sedan speeding recklessly blasted through the red light. Ava's front crashed into the black car's side with a thunderous crunch. Her bumper shattered into pieces, scattering glass and debris across the intersection. The hood crumpled and smoke hissed from the crushed engine. The black sedan spun from the force, its tires screaming before it stopped sideways in the middle of the road. The air filled with the sounds of screeching brakes and gasps from witnesses. Sirens wailed in the distance, closing in on the chaos. The scene told a hard truth. Green means go, but only if others respect the red. Number 3. The near miss at Winter Tracks. At the third clip, on a snowy night at Ice Lac, Daniel drove cautiously, his wipers brushing away the thick snowfall. The road ahead was quiet until his headlights revealed chaos. A sports car sped recklessly down the icy road. Suddenly, its driver spotted a train emerging from the darkness, its horn blaring. The driver slammed the brakes hard, but the snow had other plans. The car slid uncontrollably, tires skimming the ice. The front collided with the train's side with a sickening crunch. But miraculously, the train had stopped just in time. Wisps of smoke curled from the crumpled hood, while shards of shattered glass glittered across the snow like scattered stars. Daniel's heart raced. A second later and it would have been over, he thought, gripping the wheel. The lesson from that night was clear, that in snow, speed steals control. Respect the road or risk it all. Next, the risk at Timber Hill Drive. At the fourth clip, on a cold, clear night in Timber Hill, Mark relished the solitude of the open road. The steady hum of his sedan blending with the stillness beneath the stars. Streetlights flickered softly, casting shifting shadows on the snow-covered asphalt. Out of nowhere, a sports car roared past him, its engine snarling through the quiet night. Up ahead, a white car and black car cruised side by side, leaving a narrow gap between them. The sports car surged forward, attempting to squeeze through the tight space in a daring flash. It slipped past the black car, but as it straightened out, the driver lost control. The vehicle veered sharply off the road, slamming into the barrier with a deafening crunch, metal twisting and screeching as it crumpled on impact. Mark eased off the gas, his heart pounding. Tonight, speed had exacted its price. The wreck at Rivermont. At the fifth click, the midday sun hung high over Rivermount Crossing as Lucas steered his red container truck through the busy intersection. The green light was clear ahead and he continued forward, his thoughts on the long road still ahead. Suddenly, a car speeding recklessly ignored the red light and shot toward him like a bullet. The impact was brutal. The car slammed into the side of the container, crumpling instantly. The sheer force spun the massive truck, tires screeching, metal groaning under the strain. The weight of the container shifted, and in a violent twist, the truck collided with the roadside barrier. Dust and debris filled the air. Lucas gripped the wheel, his heartbeat hammering. As the chaos faded, Lucas took a deep breath, knowing the cost of a moment's impatience. Sometimes it's not about reaching the destination, but about how you get there. The nightmare on Holloway Road. In the sixth clip, as Nathan eased his car down Holloway Road, his wife beside him, and his little girl asleep in the back. The night was calm. Ahead, a lorry moved steadily, its tail lights glowing in the darkness. Then, headlights fast and reckless, a black car from the opposite direction raced toward the lorry, ignoring the narrow road, and slammed into the lorry, metal twisting on impact. But it didn't stop there. Out of control, it spun straight toward Nathan's car. Glass cracked, his wife gasped, and their daughter woke up crying. Nathan's hands gripped the wheel, trembling. If he hadn't been driving so slowly, it could have been much worse. Number 7. The cost of a second. In the 7th clip, at the busy intersection of Elmford Cross, Mr. Harris, a high school teacher, waited at the red light. Across the road, traffic stood still, including a sleek black car at the front. Then the distant wail of an ambulance. Its lights flashed urgently as it approached, weaving through the lanes. Every car on both sides gave way except the black car. It hesitated, then lunged forward, blocking the ambulance's path. The impact was sudden. The ambulance clipped the black car's front, crushing its hood before continuing its desperate rush forward. The black car spun slightly, its driver frozen in shock as smoke arose from the wreckage. Mr. Harris gripped the wheel, shaking his head. In moments of crisis, hesitation can have devastating consequences. Sometimes the right choice is clear, moving aside for those who need it most. The slip on Frostvale Road. At the final clip, on a bitterly cold evening, Mark Weston drove carefully down Frostvale Road, snowflakes swirling in his headlights. The road was slick, but he kept a steady pace, his hands firm on the wheel. Ahead, a white sedan signaled to turn left, crossing the opposite lane toward a small roadside shop. Mark eased off the gas, giving space for the car to move safely. As the sedan edged forward, its tires suddenly lost grip on the icy surface. Instead of turning smoothly, the car slid sideways, veering uncontrollably into the oncoming lane. The impact was brutal. The sedan smashed into 2 approaching cars, its front completely crushed. Steam hissed from the wreckage, shattered glass scattered across the snow. Mark gripped his wheels, shaken. Even the most careful drivers are at the mercy of winter roads. Each of these stories offers a gripping reminder of the unpredictable nature of the road, especially during the winter months. From icy crashes to reckless decisions, these moments show the devastating consequences of speed, poor judgment, and the failure to respect road conditions. Road safety is not just about following the rules, it's about understanding the risks and making the right choices. Let's make a commitment to drive sensibly, show consideration for the road, and keep one another safe. To aid in raising awareness, like, share, and subscribe. Every safe decision we make has the potential to save lives. Keep yourself safe.